I'm Mark O'Shea. I'm a zoologist. I specialise in reptiles.
He's under the big rock.
I'm in Australia, the oldest land on Earth, jam-packed with amazing creatures. There, look. I'm here in search of one of the least known snakes on the planet. I can't guarantee I'm going to find it, because everything you'll see in this film is happening for real.
Yeah, I haven't eaten you, have I? This is one of my favourite species, known in Australia as a banded tree snake. It's very aggressive and it is mildly venomous. It's trying to bite me now to get the fangs into play to inject venom. As you can see, it's quite rapid on the old turns, and at night he's even more alert now. I'll teach you. Ow, there you go. Ow, ow, ow. That's what he does, and yes, the fangs are in. I hope you'll excuse me if I don't hang around and I just take him off.
The tree snake's venom is designed to kill small prey. As an adult human, all I'm feeling is a slight tingle where the fangs went in, which is fortunate, because I'm about to set off my most challenging adventure here in Australia. With fellow herpetologist John Weigel from the Australian Reptile Park, I'm leading a major expedition in search of Australia's most mysterious snake, the rough-scaled python. Until 1976, this remarkable creature was totally unknown to science. Only 6 have ever been found, and this female is one half of the world's only captive breeding pair. To find rough-scale pythons, we must head to the outer reaches of northern Australia, to the Kimberley, an uninhabited hostile territory so remote that everything we'll need must be flown in. Last year, John Weigel's team found the 2 snakes already in the breeding programme. We've come in search of a second pair. But it won't be easy. These snakes are only found in remnant patches of rainforest in treacherous coastal gorges. The only way in is by small plane to an isolated airstrip on the Mitchell Plateau. The planes must leave us here. The rest of the journey's by helicopter. The northern Kimberley is only accessible during the dry season from May to December. It's a vast and daunting land of huge sandstone gorges and spectacular waterfalls. Many small mammals and reptiles have adapted to the harsh terrain. Remarkably, 4 of the 6 rough-scale pythons found so far came from patches of rainforest, each no larger than a football stadium, and all in the same gorge. But as we get closer to the gorge, it's clear that something extraordinary has happened since John's last visit. The main patch of rainforest where his team found the rough-scale pythons has been devastated. The campsite he called Shangri-La has vanished.
It's a good hour since the helicopter dropped John and myself at the head of the gorge here. And from John's first words, which I think were, "Oh my God," I gleaned quite quickly that there's been some changes around here.
I think we have to hope the snakes are going to have just simply moved up to higher ground, and we'll give it our best shot.
Pythons are good swimmers, but could any snake have survived what happened here during the last wet season? A flood of biblical proportions has cascaded over this awesome waterfall and torn through the gorge, sweeping away everything in its path. The wall of water must have been at least 50 feet deep.
This is the remains of the rainforest where John Weigel was finding the rough-scale python. The floods brought it all down here and mixed it up with the destroyed mangrove forest. The whole lot's just been chucked together like a great big wood pile.
John Weigel is searching for his old campsite without much success.
This is the area I was calling Shangri-La.
Yeah.
This was sandy beach with pandanus, 200-year-old trees. This was a lily pad fringed pond with lots of fish and tortoises. I've just never seen anything like this that was other than man-induced.
After finding a new campsite and getting things organised, our team of biologists begins planning where to look for the snake at the heart of our quest. Other species of snake have rough or keel scales, but this is the only python in the world to have evolved keel scales, and we're still not sure why. John began searching for it in earnest 4 years ago. He planned to breed the snake in captivity and study its biology and behaviour, but early expeditions failed to produce a single specimen. Then last year, 2 were collected on the same day in this gorge by John's colleagues Alf Britton and Rob Porter, who are both back here now searching with us for the second pair. They know what a struggle finding the snake can be.
Well, we'd had 9 soul-destroying days of trying to find this elusive snake out in this very rough country. I actually sat down on a rock underneath the rainforest canopy, and after I'd been there for about 5 minutes, I looked up and I saw this too familiar shape curled around the leaves in the tree above me. And it was just this amazing feeling of excitement and euphoria when I knew instantly what it was after seeing all the pictures and hearing all the stories.
Well, I was lucky enough to find a rough scale on the evening that Rob found his. I was working in an area that no one believed that I'd find a rough scale, and on the way down I'd found a large olive python. The python was too big to keep carrying around that night, so I decided to go back to camp and walk straight over a rough scale python, coil up in an ambush pose.
The snakes were male and female, and John had his first breeding pair. This year, John has a permit to collect another pair, but soon after we begin our search, I catch sight of something much bigger and a lot less friendly.
Croc! So there's 2 rocks. Let's stick in the water.
Yeah, I see the thing moving to the right. I think something floating.
There, light brown head, side on. You see? There are 2 species of crocodile here. There's what they call the salty, the estuarine crocodile, the big man-eating species. And there's the much smaller, narrow-snouted Johnson's crocodile, which is commonly referred to as a freshie because it occurs in fresh water here. And here we have a meeting of the waters, so both species are actually present.
This one's a salty. They can grow to over 20 feet, but this is just a teenager.
No more than 5 foot in length, so it's quite a small animal. And I guess once it goes quiet, it'll come ashore again.
Freshies are fine, but knowing there are saltwater crocs around keeps you on your toes. Searching for rough scales on the ridge, Rob Porter is trying to tell us something.
I think he's shouting us a warning about a croc 100 metres downstream. I wouldn't be at all surprised if it wasn't the one I've just flushed out of here. But if you can see it from up there, it might be a 12-foot salty, who knows? Come on then. Saltwater crocodiles aren't too friendly. And they're very hungry. Oh, you're keen, aren't you? Hello, Mr. Salty. You give me the one eye, eh? What about the other eye? Saltwater crocodiles are notorious for eating people. It's very important when you site your camp near water not to site it where the saltwater crocodiles can come up and take you in the night. Come on in. Oh, don't go away.
Surveys of saltwater crocodile populations have shown that for every croc you see, there are 2 below the surface that you don't see. It doesn't look as if there are many in this estuary, but I won't be going swimming all the same. Pythons are usually active at night. That's when they're out hunting. So we'll be forced to work in the dark, even though the terrain is treacherous, and there'll be crocs about for sure.
Do you think we can get across here, John?
I think so, but the thing you got to do is stay on the dry rocks because the mangrove mud will just have us going in the water for sure. But let's have a look.
Okay. We're going to try a location quite close where one of the rough scales already in the collection was actually captured. You get halfway across, you couldn't get up that rock or up that bank, could you?
No, I think we're still in trouble there. Mark, you got a crossing spot?
I'm gonna see if we can get over.
How's that?
Once over the river, we can climb up the side of the gorge until we reach rainforest that hasn't been destroyed in the flood.
The trees are still intact. It looks pretty promising for the snake we're after, the rough-scale python.
Hey, it's gonna happen, I can feel it.
Can you?
Yeah.
Well, let's keep looking and...
Just imagine something on one of these branches.
Yep.
Just have a peek over the edge here. Oops, do more than that, might actually go over the edge here. Where's a chainsaw when you need one?
The gecko.
You need a hand?
He's actually disappeared. One gecko. I couldn't even catch that.
It's getting cold, but could it be too cold for pythons to be out hunting? A new day, and the disappointment of the night search is forgotten as another member of the expedition reports a large creature basking on a rock beyond the ruins of the rainforest. But when I get there, she's back in her lair. I can see her. She's looking at me under the rock. It's not a snake, but this is a creature I'm prepared to hang around to see.
She's gone again.
She's flicking her tongue. She's trying to see if I'm still about. But I'm not in the water, so she can't taste me.
I've got her. Come on, my darling. Out you come. Oh.
All right. Well, I think that's Merton's water monitor.
Merton's water monitors live on a diet of frogs and fish, and the pool below this rock will be her home. This one's a really beautiful, fully grown adult female.
That's all right. Wasn't too bad coming out, was it? You can breathe now. Look at this long keeled tail for swimming. Here we are. I haven't eaten you, have I? Where am I going to?
3 days and no sign of a single snake. Everybody is feeling the strain as we set out on another night search.
We're now going to get up here, Alf. I'm going to have to try and get round through the lianas again. The lianas just wrap round you. You climb onto a rock and the lianas pull you off again. And you end up virtually trying to crawl through it like a snake. It's more difficult to work at night, but of course that's when pythons are hunting, so we're forced to.
Look at that flood debris up there, mate.
Yeah.
That must be a good 15, perhaps more metres out of the creek.
What was that? I'm not sure if that was shadow or what, but something seemed to pass my hand. No, there he is. I can see him.
Still got him inside?
I've got him in hand, which is even better.
Oh, great.
Have you got that bag handy?
Yes.
It's only a little gecko, but it's one of at least half a dozen species living amongst the rocks in this gorge.
When you're looking for snakes at night and you shine your torch into the trees, you're looking for white coils. And that's exactly how I found this fellow. This is a green tree snake. It's non-venomous, and from his large eyes, you can tell that he's a day hunter. He was having a snooze when I disturbed him. Very fast moving, built for speed through the trees and catching frogs. It's really been a case of nocturnal mountaineering, actually. You've got to be exceedingly careful not to fall, because some of the rocks are very large and you'd fall a long way. Hi, John. Anything doing?
Fantastic habitat up there.
Did you see anything?
I never knew it was so good. No.
I haven't seen hide nor hair of the rough-scale python. Actually, I haven't seen hide nor hair of any python. It's perfect habitat. I might be wrong. We aren't pythons after all.
But if I was a python, where would I be hiding? The snake at the centre of our quest is here somewhere, I'm sure of it. But after 6 days of searching, I'm developing my own theories about where to look. Perhaps it's hiding in the crevices that line the walls of the gorge. It's unseasonably cold, and if I were a python, that's where I'd be, keeping out of the chilly night air. The natural history of this python is still largely a mystery. All the world's pythons have got smooth scales, except this one. Its scales are keeled, or rough. Why? Elsewhere, keel scales are associated with desert sand-dwelling vipers or freshwater aquatic snakes like keelbacks. What purpose can they serve for this tree and rock-dwelling python? Eight days into the search for the rough-scale python, and we spot a lizard up a tree.
We've got a small goanna tree here. It's sitting in the apex in the shadow.
Getting a bit of shade there, yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to get you up in this tree, are we?
The trouble is with this one, if I'm trying to use a noose, I've got this branch in the way.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, you can line that pole up like a snooker cue along that thing, because it's going to be hard to hold it. If you're on that little branch there...
This is the moment I've got to tell you, I'm absolutely hopeless at snooker or pool or billiards, but I'll give it a whirl.
If you can just keep him busy while I make your pool cue up.
Okay, I'll do that.
I'll pass you the news.
Jeez. Hey!
Okay, I'll get his attention. Wait a minute, Mark.
Oops, the daisy.
You nearly had him, hey?
Had him. Noose just came off.
Okay, you can still get him. Oh, you can get him now. Yes, yes.
Is that over him?
Almost. It's sitting on his head. That's it. Now down, down. Keep going down. Keep going down. Down. No, you didn't keep... Shit. Oh, you nearly had him. You nearly got it. Can you get it over his head? Okay, now set it hook. Okay.
Whoa, Gio! Well caught! Ha ha! Jeez!
Oh, wow. It's a Varanus chloridae. That is the Ferrari of lizards. But I can't believe he was up a tree.
Well, he wasn't. It's your imagination. He wasn't up here at all. I'm just fishing for blue mist. You should make the Australian cricket team.
I think so.
Or the American cricket team. Should be, shouldn't it?
But I think your future in fishing documentaries is about over.
Yeah, I know. This is Glauert's goanna, or monitor lizard. And generally it's a rock dweller, which is why we were confused seeing it up a tree. But sure enough, there he was. Look at that long head. That's a good capture. What a catch.
Still looking for snakes, too.
I'm seriously beginning to wonder if any rough-scale pythons have survived the deluge in the gorge. John reminds me that the 2 snakes collected on last year's expedition were both found on day 9.
I haven't given up the hope of finding the rough-scale python on this trip. The thing we're having to contend with is unseasonably cool nights. We've more or less reached the conclusion that if we're going to catch the thing, we're going to catch it during the day. we've got every chance still to find one, and whilst the days are ticking by, I'm very hopeful.
Just across here are the horizontal fissures in the rocks that I saw the other day and thought, python, python. When you're looking in fissures like this, on a bright day like this, there's absolutely no purpose in taking a torch. So what you actually do is you use the sun to your advantage, and you use a heliograph and you shine the sun into the fissures. This is actually my shaving mirror. You can see I haven't been using it. I'll start on this level. I'm just absolutely crying out for pythons. Is it too much to ask? After 9 days of fruitless searching, that we might find a rough-scale python?
Yes, it is too much to ask, says another Merton's water monitor. Never mind, I'll photograph you instead. Day 9 comes and goes. John and I decide to take our rubber Zodiac through croc-infested waters to search a neighbouring gorge. But no rough-scale pythons. Then, on day 10, John Weigel strolls into camp with something in a snake bag.
You needed some Aussie magic, mate. I told you, Mark O'Shea. We just had to keep looking.
Searching alone, he's finally found a rough-scale python.
John, when you saw him, did you believe your eyes?
When you do see it, it's kind of...
Disbelief.
You turn around and you look again, and if it's still there, you get quite excited, which I did. But she is real, and in the same place where you and I have both looked numerous times over the last 8 or 10 days. Well, Mark, I don't think anybody's worked harder for a chance to hold one of these, so you do the honor.
As it slides through your hands, you can feel the rough scales that give this python its name. It's very unusual to see rough scales in a python, and it has enormous, long, sharp teeth. And bites from rough-scale pythons are supposed to be quite painful. Though, of course, they're not venomous. This is a python, it isn't venomous. It can't do you any long-term injury. But those teeth go in a long way, and it is painful and it will draw blood. This is your number 3. How close do you think number 4 is, John? It could be within 20 feet of us.
You never know. I mean, if I only could have a snake detector.
I thought exactly the same. The beeps when you're within 20 foot. I don't mind spending, 20 foot, but it'd just be nice to know that you weren't wasting your time. Yes.
It wouldn't be fun then, would it?
No?
The film crew had been flown out. We were waiting for the chopper to return when Alf and I captured another rough-scale python. It turned out to be a male, so John got his second pair after all.